English learners, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
How are you, Erica?
Marco, I'm doing really well today.
You excited?
We've got a great lesson for everyone.
Yes, we have a really common situation where we're going to use real English, right?
Yep, everyday English, English that people really use.
And that's what we want you to learn. What are we talking about today specifically?
Today we have a really common situation that is a little bit embarrassing.
All right, an embarrassing situation. So let's listen to the dialogue for the first time, and it's going to be kind of fast.
Yeah, but don't worry if you don't understand everything, because after 10 minutes, you'll understand everything.
Perfect. All right, let's listen.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure, you still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too.
Wow, Nick forgot her name.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times, and I'm going to tell you about it a little bit later.
Okay, all right, well, let's start with our 3 language takeaways.
Language takeaway.
So our first word on our language takeaway is in a bit of a hurry.
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 So Nick was in a hurry.
Yeah, that's right. This is a great phrase. So let's listen to 3 examples of how you can use this phrase.
Example 1.
Can you drive faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 2.
I can't talk right now. I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 3.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'll check these files later.
Okay, so it's clear now. Basically, it means that you don't have time.
You're moving really quickly.
Okay, perfect. Now let's look at our second language takeaway word, and it's contact details.
Contact details.
Contact details.
Contact details.
So what are your contact details?
Basically, this is the information you can find on your business card.
All right, so we have like our name, our telephone number.
Your email address, perhaps your mobile phone number.
So all the useful information so people can get in touch with you.
Yep, so people can phone you or email you. Okay, so contact details.
Great. Okay, so our third word is slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
So this is a funny phrase. It's kind of strange, right?
Yeah, slipped my mind. It sounds very weird.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we're going to listen to 2 examples of this phrase. Try and see if you can figure out what it means.
Example 1.
I'm sorry I forgot to respond to your email. It just slipped my mind.
Example 2.
Don't you know what day it is today?
Oh, it's your birthday. It completely slipped my mind.
So slipped my mind is like, I forgot.
You forgot something.
So,
Accidentally.
right.
Okay, great. Now it's time for putting it together.
Putting it together.
All right, Erica, why don't you tell our listeners what putting it together is?
Well, putting it together helps you put language together. It helps you be more fluent by knowing how words fit together.
Great, so let's look at our first phrase today, and it's around here.
Around here.
Around here.
Around here. So this is like close by.
Close
right?
by, right.
Yeah.
I can say, for example, is there a bank around here?
Yeah. So that's, is there a bank close to here?
Exactly.
Now, this phrase around here, we can change it a little bit and it means something a little bit different.
Right.
I could say, Marco, there's a great restaurant right around the corner.
Right. And that would mean there is a great restaurant on the other street.
Yep.
Or around the corner.
Yep.
Great. Or we have another example. We can say around there.
Around there.
Right. So for example, I can say Los Angeles is a great city. I used to live around there.
So you used to live near Los Angeles.
Exactly.
All right.
It's a really good phrase and it's really common.
Yeah. Now our next phrase and putting it together is terrible with.
Terrible with.
Terrible with.
Terrible with. So we have a couple of examples that will show you how this phrase works.
Example 1. You're terrible with numbers. You can't even remember your own telephone number. Example 2.
I'm terrible with directions. I'm always getting lost.
Example 3. I'm terrible with faces. I can never remember what people look like.
Wow, I understand that. I'm also terrible with numbers. I can barely add 2 plus 2.
Well, yeah, I guess not everyone is a numbers person.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with faces. I sometimes forget what people look like.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I think it's time now for us to listen to our dialogue a second time.
Okay, this time the dialogue will be a little bit slower.
Right.
So try and listen for some of the words we've just talked about.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure. You still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names too.
So it's more clear now. You can understand a lot better, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Great. So now it's time for us to take a look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So with Fluency Builder, we take some very simple phrases and show you how you can be more fluent or how you can,
Sound more native.
yeah.
Great. In the beginning of the dialogue, Anna said, Nick, how's it going?
Yeah, this is a great phrase. It sounds really, really natural. You know, sometimes I hear students say, how are you?
Or how are you doing?
Those are 2 great phrases, but this one sounds really, really natural.
It just sounds more casual.
Yeah, let's listen again to that phrase from the dialogue.
How's it going? How's it going?
Great. So next time that you find a friend on the street, you can just say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So Marco, have you ever forgotten someone's name?
Yeah, it's happened to me a couple of times. And actually, the most embarrassing situation was that I forgot a family member's name.
No, a
Yeah.
family member's name.
We had like a family reunion and there were a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins that I hadn't seen in a while, and I just forgot one of my uncle's names, and I was...
Uh-oh, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah,
So what did you do?
Well, I had to ask one of my other cousins. I'm like, hey, who is that guy? He's like, oh, that's Uncle John. I'm like, oh, man, I totally forgot. Yeah, so it was really embarrassing because I didn't know what to call him, so I just called him Uncle because I didn't know his name.
Hi, Uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when that happens to me, when I'm in a business setting, sometimes what I do is I ask for someone's card.
Ah, yeah, that's the good technique.
Yeah, or sometimes I might ask them to write down their email because usually their full name is spelled out in their email address. So that's my trick when I've forgotten someone's name.
That's a good trick, and I
Yeah.
guess a lot of our listeners can take your advice on that.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to listen to our dialogue one more time, this time at natural speed.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure, you still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too.
Well, I hope that you've all enjoyed our lesson for today. And remember to check out our website at EnglishPod.com.
where you can find a lot of other resources and you can leave all your questions and comments.
Yeah, Marco and I are always on the site, so we're happy to answer all of your questions.
Exactly. So now it's time for us to say
Goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
How are you?
How's it going?
Close to here.
Around here.
On the next street.
Around the corner.
Moving quickly. Having no time.
In a bit of a hurry.
Information required to contact someone. For example, telephone number, email address.
Contact details.
Been forgotten.
Slip my mind.
Bad at.
Terrible with.
Close to there.
Around there.
To know and remember someone or something you have seen before.
To recognize.
Someone you know, but who is not a close friend.
Acquaintance.
Move quickly. Not have much time.
In a rush.
Forgetting things easily.
Forgetful. Let's try that faster.
Bad at.
Terrible with.
Forgetting things easily.
Forgetful.
To know and remember someone or something you have seen before.
To recognize.
Close to there.
Around there.
Moving quickly. Having no time.
In a bit of a hurry.
Close to here.
Around here.
Move quickly. Not have much time.
In a rush.
How are you?
How's it going?
On the next street.
Around the corner.
Information required to contact someone. For example, telephone number, email address.
Contact details.
Someone you know, but who is not a close friend.
Acquaintance.
Been forgotten.
Slip my mind. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Around here. Excuse me, Is there a bakery around here? Around here. Did I leave my keys somewhere around here? Around here. There is a really good restaurant right around here. If you are looking for a bank, there is one right around the corner. You can find a parking space right around the corner. There used to be a supermarket right around the corner, but it went out of business. I'm in a bit of a hurry now, so I will talk to you later. His wife was having a baby, so he was in a bit of a hurry. Can you drive faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry. Contact details. Isabel, do you have the contact details of our internet service provider? Contact details. Here is my card with all my contact details. Contact details. I don't have your contact details. Slip my mind. I'm sorry I forgot to respond to your email. It just slipped my mind. Slip my mind. I forgot I had a dentist appointment this afternoon. It must have slipped my mind. Slip my mind. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday. It completely slipped my mind. Terrible with. I always make mistakes with the budget. I'm terrible with numbers. Terrible with. I am terrible with directions. I always get lost. Terrible with. Every time I turn on the computer, something happens. I'm terrible with technology.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name's Erica.
And I'm Marco.
So, Marco, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm really happy to be back, ready to deliver another great podcast for all our listeners.
That's right. And we've got an intermediate lesson today about spending money.
Yeah, specifically spending money in a company.
That's right. We're going to be listening to a business meeting as a company describes how they're spending money.
Right, and they're actually looking at their profit and loss statement, so that's kind of interesting.
Well, Marco, can you tell us a little bit about a profit and loss statement?
Yeah, sure. Well, all companies come out with a profit and loss statement every year or every 3 months, and it's basically a document that shows all the money that the company is spending and all the money that the company is earning.
So it's a document that outlines how much money the company makes and how much it spends.
Right. So in the end, basically, it'll tell you we're making money or we're losing money.
Okay. So we're going to be listening to some people discuss a profit and loss statement in just a moment. But before we do that, it's time for vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, great. So today on our vocabulary preview, we have 2 words for you. So let's take a look at the first one.
Expenses.
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 So expenses are things that you have to spend money on regularly.
Right. So for example, in a company, regular company expenses are salaries or office supplies or the phone bills, internet bills.
Okay, and maybe in a household or a family, your expenses might be your food, perhaps your transportation or your rent or your heating bill. So these are all things you spend money on regularly. They're expenses.
Expenses, great. Let's take a look at our second word, through the roof.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
So when something is through the roof, it's
Really, 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 really high.
really high. So, for example, we can talk about gas prices are through the roof lately.
Yeah, that's totally true. Gas prices have gone really high in the past couple of months.
So when we talk about through the roof, it means that the number is really high.
That's right. We typically use this word with numbers. It also gives you the idea that the number has risen really quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so through the roof.
Through the roof.
All right, Marco, do you think it's time for the dialogue?
Yep, let's listen to the dialogue. As always, the first dialogue is going to be a little bit fast, so it might be a little bit difficult, but
Don't worry if you don't understand everything, because we will explain all of the key language in a minute.
Okay, so now the last point on our agenda. Jill, let's go over the profit and loss statement.
Great. Well, the main issue here, as you can see, is that our expenses are through the roof.
Let's see. These numbers are off the charts. What's going on here?
Well, sir, the company expenditures on entertainment and travel are out of control. Look at these bills, for example. Just this month, we've paid over $20,000 for hotel charges.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll look into it.
The list goes on and on. Here, this is a bill for $5,000 for spa treatments.
Thank you. That will be all. I'll take care of it.
Look at this one, sir. $8,000 were expensed in one night at a place called Wild Things.
Okay, I get it. Thank you for your very thorough analysis.
Okay, so this accountant, she's pretty thorough, hey?
she's really persistent about her job, and the manager apparently is a little bit embarrassed.
I wonder why that could be.
Well, we'll talk about that in a little while. Why don't we take a look at our language takeaway for today?
Language takeaway.
In today's language takeaway, we're going to look at 3 words, and the first word is expenditures.
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 So expenditures sounds pretty close to expenses, right?
It's pretty similar, but it has a little bit of a difference. So why don't we listen to some examples and see if we can understand?
Example 1.
If elected president, I will increase expenditures on health and education by 12%.
Example 2.
We really need to control our travel expenditures. From now on, all managers will fly economy class.
Example 3.
Because of the rise in oil prices, expenditures on food are higher than they have ever been.
So expenditures is the total amount of money that you're spending on something.
Right, that's the total amount of money versus expenses is the things that you spend money on.
Okay, that's really clear. Our next word is out of control.
Out of control.
Out of control.
So when something is out of control, it's
crazy.
crazy. You can't control it.
Exactly. You can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
Out of control.
Okay, great. Now let's take a look at our last word for today. Go over.
Go over.
Go over.
Go over.
So go over is a pretty simple word. Why don't we listen to some examples so we can understand go over?
Example 1.
I need to go over this report one last time to make sure there are no mistakes.
Example 2.
Can you help me go over my presentation? I want to make sure it's perfect.
Example 3.
Let's go over these numbers one more time and make sure there are no mistakes.
Yeah, this is a really common word, and it basically means look at carefully.
Yeah, or review.
In English, we often find simple little words, they fit together really well. And you think, oh, they're so easy, like the word go, over, so easy.
Yeah.
But it's the way that they interact with each other that makes them...
Or it makes you sound much better.
Exactly. So go over in this case, we might say, Let's go over the lesson.
Let's go over the lesson.
Yeah, that
Or-
sounds great.
Yeah, that's a more natural way of saying something like that.
Okay, so we've taken a look at our language takeaways for today. I think it's time.
Okay, so now, the last point on our agenda. Jill, let's go over the profit and loss statement.
Great. Well, the main issue here, as you can see, is that our expenses are through the roof.
Let's see. These numbers are off the charts. What's going on here?
Well, sir, the company expenditures on entertainment and travel are out of control. Look at these bills, for example. Just this month, we've paid over $20,000 for hotel charges.
Okay, thank you. I'll look into it.
The list goes on and on. Here, this is a bill for $5,000 for spa treatments.
Thank you. That will be all. I'll take care of it.
Look at this one, sir. $8,000 were expensed in one night at a place called Wild Things.
Okay, I get it. Thank you for your very thorough analysis.
Okay, so I got it.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of really great phrases in this dialogue that I'd like to look at now in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Great. So today on Fluency Builder, we have 3 words for you. Let's start by looking at the first one. Off the charts.
Off the charts.
Off the charts.
Off the charts.
So this word is very similar to through the roof.
Exactly. It also means really high.
Right. So let's listen to some examples of how we can use off the charts in a different situation.
Example 1.
Oil prices have gone up, and our costs are off the charts.
Example 2.
Excellent job, Susan. Your sales are off the charts this year.
Example 3.
Our losses are off the charts. That's it. No bonuses for anyone.
So, Marco, do you think I can change off the charts for through the roof in these examples?
Yeah, you can. Definitely. You can use off the charts or through the roof. Both of them mean the same thing.
Okay, so 2 ways of saying really, really, really high.
Really high. But they're very commonly used in a business setting.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so this next word is a phrase that you can use if you want to tell somebody that you'll check something or you'll investigate something.
Right. And we heard it in our dialogue, so let's listen to the clip.
I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
So look into that. That means I'll check something.
Yeah, I'll see what's happening.
Yeah. Does it mean you're going to take action?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so I think we've got another word that does mean you're going to take action.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
So this word means that you're going to do something about it.
I'll take care of it. I will take responsibility.
Exactly. So I will do something about it.
Yeah.
I will investigate and I'll do it.
Yeah, again, 2 great phrases. I'll look into it. I'll take care of it.
Okay, so now let's listen to the dialogue a 3rd time. It's going to be at its normal speed, but now you have all the tools you need to understand it a lot better.
Okay, so now the last point on our agenda. Jill, let's go over the profit and loss statement.
Great. Well, the main issue here, as you can see, is that our expenses are through the roof.
Let's see. These numbers are off the charts. What's going on here?
Well, sir, the company expenditures on entertainment and travel are out of control. Look at these bills, for example. Just this month, we've paid over $20,000 for hotel charges.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll look into it.
The list goes on and on. Here, this is a bill for $5,000 for spa treatments.
Thank you. That will be all. I'll take care of it.
Look at this one, sir. $8,000 were expensed in one night at a place called wild things?
Okay, I get it. Thank you for your very thorough analysis.
Well, Marco, I guess one of the benefits of being an executive in a company, especially a large company, is you get a lot of amazing benefits.
Yes. When you are a manager or a CEO of one of these big companies, you get a lot of great things like, I don't know, a private jet maybe.
Well, that's nice. Hey?
Or the company often pays for your house.
Yep.
Or for your car, they'll give you a company car. They'll pay for your kids or your children's tuition for high school.
So there are school fees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I've heard about entertainment bonuses.
Yeah. So you can go out to a restaurant, get the receipt, and claim the expenses at work.
Those are some great benefits, right?
So, Marco, I'm curious to know what our listeners' expenses are.
Yes, we definitely want to know what crazy expenses you have. For example,
Well, let's see. My spending on Coke Zero has gone through the roof since we started this podcast.
yes, you spend a lot of money on Coke Zeros every week, right?
Yeah, I probably have about, 10 a week.
Well, for example, I spend a lot on DVDs each week. I usually buy 2 or 3 movies.
That is off the charts.
That is off the charts for DVD spending. Okay. So we want to know what you spend your money on. Be sure to go into our community website and tell us what you spend money on.
That's right. You can find us at englishpod.com. And Marco and I are always there to respond to your questions and comments.
Great. So we'll see you there. And until then, it's
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod audio review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Go over. Through the roof. Off the charts. Expenditures. Out of control. Look into. Go on and on. Take care of. Revenue. Cash flow. The bottom line. Finances. Income. Assets.
Let's try that faster.
Go on and on. Look into. Cash flow. Take care of. Out of control. Finances. Expenditures. Income. Off the charts. Assets. The bottom line. Through the roof. Revenue. Go over.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Go over. Go over. Go over. Off the charts. Off the charts. Off the charts. Through the roof. Through the roof. Through the roof. Out of control. Out of control. Out of control.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to another lesson with English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you a great Christmas lesson.
That's right. We've got a lot of Christmas vocabulary in today's lesson for you.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas time, so everyone is getting into the spirit, especially here at English Pod. So we're going to teach you a little bit more about this.
Speaking of the spirit, I think it's time for us to look at our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
So in this part of our show, we'll look at some key language in the dialogue that you'll need to know to understand the dialogue. And actually, today we only have one word.
Eggnog.
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 E-G-G-N-O-G. Eggnog.
So eggnog is a really popular Christmas drink.
It's a traditional Christmas drink.
Right. What is it made of?
Eggs, cream, sugar, and usually rum.
Rum. Oh, so it has alcohol.
Yeah, normally it has alcohol.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. There's actually a drink very similar to this in Chile.
Really?
Yep. They call it monkey tail.
So in Spanish, that would be
Cola de mono.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's actually really, really good. And it's really similar to eggnog.
Okay, well, with that in mind, let's take a listen to our dialogue for the first time.
I hate working on Christmas Eve. Whoa, get a load of this guy. Come in, Central. I think we got ourselves a situation here. License and registration, please. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
I had one or two glasses of eggnog, but nothing else.
Step out of the vehicle, please. Sir, what do you have in the back?
Just a few Christmas gifts. 'Tis the season, after all.
Don't take that tone with me. Do you have an invoice for these items?
Oh, no. I make these in my workshop in the North Pole.
You are under arrest, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You better not pout. You better not cry. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, the state will appoint one for you. Do you understand these rights that have just been read to you?
You can't take me to jail. What about my sleigh? It's Christmas Eve. I have presents to deliver. Rudolph, Prancer, Dancer, get help!
Well, I did not see that one coming.
That was interesting. Santa Claus is being taken to jail.
What's going to happen next, Marco?
I don't know. We'll talk about that in a little while. Let's take a look at some language from this dialogue.
Language takeaway.
So the first word that we have on our language takeaway today is vehicle.
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 Vehicle. So this is a vehicle. And this is a vehicle. And this is a vehicle.
So all of those are vehicles. Now, I thought that a vehicle was a car specifically.
No, any machine that carries people from one place to another is a vehicle.
Great. All right. Let's take a look now at our second word, attorney.
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 So what is an attorney?
A lawyer.
Well, that's simple enough.
Yep, a lawyer.
Let's move to our third word, which is
appoint.
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 So appoint means choose.
Okay, so the president of a country might appoint his chief of staff.
Right? Or I can appoint my attorney.
True. So can you appoint a thing? Can I appoint my coffee cup?
No. You only use it for people. You choose someone.
Okay,
You can't choose something.
So I appoint someone.
Exactly.
All right, let's move to our final word.
Slay.
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 So Erica, you're from Canada. You can tell us about sleighs.
All right, a sleigh is a vehicle that is pulled by a horse and travels over snow or ice.
Okay.
So, you know, like Santa drives a sleigh.
He drives a sleigh. So do you drive a sleigh or ride a sleigh?
Good question. Well, the song says you ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Right, okay.
Well, you know what? I think it's time for us to look at some interesting phrases that we found in this dialogue. So let's look at putting it together.
Putting it together.
Today on Putting It Together, we have 2 great phrases for you. And let's take a look at the first one. Step out.
Step out.
Step out.
So step out means to go out of a place for a short period of time.
Right, so in our dialogue, for example, the police officer said, step out of the vehicle.
Get out of your vehicle.
You can also say, step out of the office.
You can say, I just stepped out of the shower.
Right. Now, we can also say, step in.
It's the opposite.
The opposite, right?
I can ask Marco, step into my office for a moment.
Uh-oh. Okay. So that's step out and step in. Great phrases. Let's take a look at our final phrase. Get a load of.
Get a load of.
Get a load of.
So when I say get a load of something, I mean look at, right?
Right. Look at this guy. Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, that's what we heard in the dialogue. Now, you can use this phrase in a number of different ways, and we have some examples for you.
Example 1.
Get a load of this. A war has started in Antarctica.
Example 2.
Get a load of that house. It's so big.
Example 3.
Get a load of him. He's wearing a pink suit.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot of interesting words and phrases, so we are ready to listen to our dialogue a second time. But this time it's going to be a little bit slower so we can pick up all these great words.
I hate working on Christmas Eve. Whoa, get a load of this guy. Come in, Central. I think we got ourselves a situation here. License and registration, please. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
I had 1 or 2 glasses of eggnog, but nothing else.
Step out of the vehicle, please. Sir, what do you have in the back?
Just a few Christmas gifts. 'Tis the season, after all.
Don't take that tone with me. Do you have an invoice for these items?
No. I make these in my workshop in the North Pole.
You are under arrest, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You better not pout. You better not cry. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the state will appoint one for you. Do you understand all these rights that have just been read to you?
You can't take me to jail. What about my sleigh? It's Christmas Eve. I have presents to deliver. Rudolph, Prancer, Dancer, get help.
Okay, so we noticed some really great words and phrases, and with this, now we can start with some Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Today on Fluency Builder, we have 2 great phrases that you can use to sound a little bit more natural when you speak.
That's right. Our first phrase you can use if you want to say, don't speak to me like that.
Don't take that tone with me. Don't take that tone with me.
So you often hear this phrase coming out of the mouth of a mother or a father.
Yeah, when their children are maybe talking back.
Yeah.
Don't take that tone with me, young man. I used to get that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, our second phrase, we use it when we have a problem.
The phrase we heard in the dialogue was, I think we've got ourselves a situation here. Let's listen to another example.
Houston, we've got ourselves a situation here. Houston, we've got ourselves a situation here.
Sometimes I use this phrase when I want to tell my boss that I have a problem. I might say, "Boss, I've got a bit of a situation. Can you help me with it?"
Okay, yeah, I have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, useful phrases, hey?
Really useful phrases. Great stuff. So now we can listen to our dialogue a final time, and this time we can understand everything that's in it.
I hate working on Christmas Eve. Whoa, get a load of this guy. Come in, Central. I think we got ourselves a situation here. License and registration, please. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
I had 1 or 2 glasses of eggnog, but nothing else.
Step out of the vehicle, please. Sir, what do you have in the back?
Just a few Christmas gifts. 'Tis the season, after all.
Don't take that tone with me. Do you have an invoice for these items?
Oh, no. I make these in my workshop in the North Pole.
You are under arrest, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You better not pout. You better not cry. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, the state will appoint one for you. Do you understand these rights that have just been read to you?
You can't take me to jail. What about my sleigh? It's Christmas Eve. I have presents to deliver. Rudolph, Prancer, Dancer, get help!
So when the police officer was arresting Santa Claus, he said something a little bit strange, hey?
Yeah, he said, you better not pout, you better not cry.
Now, are those part of the normal rights that a police officer reads?
No. They're not part of the normal rights. It's actually from a Christmas song, so let's listen
to play there instead of us having to sing.
Yeah, but that's great because if the children cry or if they are not good kids, then Santa Claus will not give them presents.
Uh-oh.
So that's why.
Okay, listeners, I hope that you're not pouting. I hope you're not crying. But it's time for us to go. So
be sure to go to our website at englishpod.com and be sure to leave all your questions and comments and maybe some of your Christmas stories.
All right, thanks for listening. And until next time,
Bye.
Goodbye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Look at, informal.
Get a load of.
Official document that shows you have permission to drive a car.
License.
Traditional Christmas drink containing eggs, cream, sugar, and rum.
Eggnog.
Machine used to carry people, i.e. a car or truck.
Vehicle.
Briefly go out of a place.
Step out.
Speak in that tone of voice.
Take that tone.
Official document that shows you have paid for something you bought.
Invoice.
The act of legally taking someone to jail.
Arrest.
Push out your lips to show that you are unhappy.
Pout.
Large, open vehicle that is pulled by horses over snow or ice.
Sleigh.
A set of 2 metal rings that are used to join a person's hands together, especially by police.
Handcuffs.
A building where criminals are kept as punishment.
Prison.
Tell someone their legal rights, especially when they are arrested.
Read someone's rights.
Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
DUI.
A piece of paper the police give you if you are driving too fast.
Speeding ticket.
Let's try that faster.
Speak in that tone of voice.
Take that tone.
Traditional Christmas drink containing eggs, cream, sugar, and rum.
Eggnog.
A piece of paper the police give you if you are driving too fast.
Speeding ticket.
Large, open vehicle that is pulled by horses over snow or ice.
Sleigh.
A set of 2 metal rings that are used to join a person's hands together, especially by police.
Handcuffs.
Briefly go out of a place.
Step out.
Official document that shows you have permission to drive a car.
License.
The act of legally taking someone to jail.
Arrest.
A building where criminals are kept as punishment.
Prison.
Tell someone their legal rights, especially when they are arrested.
Read someone's rights.
Look at. Informal.
Get a load of.
Machine used to carry people, i.e., a car or truck.
Vehicle.
Push out your lips to show that you are unhappy.
Pout.
Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
DUI.
Official document that shows you have paid for something you bought.
Invoice.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
License. I can't drive your car. I don't have a driver's license. License. Finally, I passed my driving test and I got my license. License. If you get a speeding ticket, you have to show the police officer your driving license. Step out. Please step out of your car. Step out. I just stepped out of the office to get a coffee. Step out. Will you step out in the hall for a moment? I need to talk to you. Vehicle. Four vehicles were involved in the car accident. Vehicle. There are a lot of vehicles on the road today. Vehicle. If more people drove electric vehicles, there would be less pollution. Take that tone. When you take that tone, I feel upset. Take that tone. Don't take that tone with me. I'm your boss. Take that tone. I couldn't believe he took that tone with her. It was so rude. Arrest. After the riot, 75 people were taken under arrest. Arrest. John Doe is under arrest for armed robbery. Arrest. If you commit a crime, you will be taken under arrest. Pout. She started to pout, then began to cry. Pout. Come on, don't pout. Put a smile on your face. Pout. You've been pouting all day. Is something wrong?